NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Move the key.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson, eluding the pressure right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 75 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers, and it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the former Notre Damer, this is C.J. Prosise, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. In on the stop, Bradley McDougald. On 2nd and 7, Wilson being chased out left.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
3rd and short, it's Prosise. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Power. Gun. Check. Watch 54.
On first down, again they go Prosise. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at their 48-yard line.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll run with Prosise. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Special! I'll go special! Good guys, 4 down.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Watch a slant.
This is Prosise on the carry. And a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Ready? Right left, right left. Block that.
Out of the gun, here's Procise. And he stopped immediately there. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
On 2nd and 15 now. Wilson forced out to his left. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 57 yards after 7-0 on EA Sports.
Check, watch 54. You. Check. Let's go. Right.
From the gun, it's Wilson sliding out of the pocket toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Off the play fake, here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw.
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When they'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and now he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
On first down, Wilson. They'll roll him out right. He lets it fly for, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 72 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 13-7. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Mike 54. It's a party now. It's a party now.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And some room to maneuver. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Now it's Carson. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. On third down, they go Lynch. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the first, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on fourth down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey,
writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Throwing again on second down. Wilson flushed out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on fourth down. Good spot on the field to go for it, kind of no man's land as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter's telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
A big run there, 29 yards and a first. They go play action here on first down. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seattle.
Now Myers for the extra point. And that one will give them the lead here as we approach halftime. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey,
and a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is caught for the 2 points. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
He's coming. Go left. Hey, 0-0-0.
Now Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. First and 15 following the delay of game. Final play of the half. It's Wilson rolling to his right. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's Procise. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. On third down, Wilson, flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want them to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there on that scramble.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Alert. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Here, one. Check out. There. Gun.
Now Wilson. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Hey, check motion, man. Put your hands.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
54 Mike. Here we go. Hey, alert. Hey, 0. Alert 3.
On the handoff, this is Procise. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. From the 36, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And an alley to run. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
A give to Procise running left. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Alert. Run left. Mike's 50. 19. Mike's 54.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson being chased out left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
He's got a first down past the 30. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Marshawn Lynch, 85 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. They got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
One left. Check. Watch it before.
Now it's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Throwing is Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. On third down, Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Brad McDougald.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, Carson. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, This too shall pass. This too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 41. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. They run again with Carson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. They run it with Carson. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. 4th down. Here's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
14.
Throwing again. Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. So the victory here for Seattle, and it was their defense that really made